of jobs off that infrastructure, but a private company is not. Who's going to do it faster, better, and under budget, but they're not going to create any jobs. I kid you not, I've heard, you go to social media, folks, and you hear all kinds of really ridiculously low numbers. The Keystone, I heard somebody, well, not heard, but I saw somebody say, yeah, and they tried to give facts on it. You know, by giving links. That the Keystone Pipeline, when all is said and done, would only create 10 permanent jobs. I was flabbergasted. I asked, do you really believe that? We're talking a pipeline thousands of miles long, and it's only going to create 10 permanent new jobs. What world do you live in? But we can go and spend, $50 million by rebuilding 10 miles of a highway, and that's going to create hundreds of jobs, we're told. Wait, so a 1,000-mile pipeline that is going to cost millions and millions and millions of dollars to build is only going to create 10 permanent jobs to maintain it. But a road, a 10-mile stretch of highway, it's going to cost about $50 million or whatever to rebuild, is going to create hundreds of jobs. Well, what happens when the road is completed? And it's how many permanent jobs is that road going to create when it's completed? It's not even 10. So you're saying that, yeah, it's a bad idea to build the Keystone Pipeline because all those construction jobs that the pipeline is going to create is going to go away. But it's a good idea to build a new road because it's going to create hundreds of construction jobs. But it's going to create no permanent jobs when it's done. But yet they want to talk about income equality and taxing the rich so they can go and redistribute it, right? These people need to be defeated. They need to be defeated soundly. Because this type of arrogance, this type of ignorance, this kind of stupidity is dangerous for any country, not just the United States. I don't care if they're in Canada, if this type of stupidity is in Canada, if it's in Mexico, if it's in, England, or if it's in France or Russia. It's dangerous no matter where you are. Because all it does is create a class system, a class warfare system, a system where people cannot move by their own work, by their own ideas, by their own motivation. They will not be able to move from one economic level to another freely because the government is going to slap them down every time they try. That's what it's all about, folks. It's all about control. All about control. Hey, I got something here that I wanted to do for a friend of mine. And it's for Freedom in America Radio. Now, Freedom in America Radio, they're one of the networks that this program is syndicated through. And he's the owner and founder and owner of the Freedom in America Radio is a big fan of this program. And he's, if you really should, freedominamericaradio.com, I do believe it is. Check him out on Facebook. He's got some good hosts, good programs over there that I'm sure that you will enjoy. And he's got good taste, obviously, because he has my show over on his network. So he has impeccable taste. But there was something that was created especially for him. And I want to debut it here on the Rod Eccles Show for Freedom in America Network. Now, I'm not going to say anything more about it. I'm just going to, here it is. Just give a listen, folks.
Hi, folks. This is Barack Obama, President of the United States of America. And I'm coming to you from some cavern somewhere that keeps me safe. Folks, listen to me. You all know that I own the mainstream news media. That's right. I have them in my pocket. and they broadcast whatever my administration and I tell them to broadcast. Now, as the president, I have to know the real news, what's really happening in the world. So I listen to the Freedom America Radio Network at freedominamericaradio.com. So I know what's really happening in America, the land that I hate. The land that I love and don't want to destroy. So I'm going to make an executive order so that no one else can listen to Freedom America Radio Network. And so I'm telling you, don't listen to Freedom in America Radio. This is Barack Obama, and I approve this act.
And there you have it, Freedom in America Radio Network. You want to go over there and give them a listen. Test out their programs, their shows. Go over to their Facebook page, like their page. Just say hello to Billy. Tell Billy that I sent you. And he's the founder and owner of the network, and it's a real digital radio station. That it's 24/7, 365. It's real, folks. It's real, and he's a wonderful person, a wonderful man, a great patriot. And I don't actually get to talk to him as often as I probably should or I'd like to, but he's a really good guy. And he's got a good network. So give it a listen over there. And you'll probably get to hear Barack Obama over there a lot more, because I don't particularly like playing Barack over here, because Barack, he gets on my nerves. But over there, they have a secret. I understand they have a secret microphone planted in the White House, so you might hear a bunch of Barack stuff over there. Just I'm just giving you the heads up on that kind of stuff. Anyway, here's something from Newsmax. 31 million left uninsured by high healthcare costs. So says a report. Now, I thought everybody was going to what is the reason for Obamacare if we still have and you know that it's more than 31 million. So before they remember when they said that there's 40 million people, 40 to 30, actually it was 37 to 50 million people in this country that are uninsured. Now, forget the fact that many of them, they chose not to have insurance, or they and they were also including people that didn't have the kind of insurance that they thought that they should have. I was one of them. I used to have something called a major medical plan. Well, major medical plans are now pretty much, for most of us in this country, are illegal. Can't get them. But I like mine. Hey. You can, if you like your plan, you can keep it. You like your doctor, you can keep him. Well, I like my plan, couldn't keep it. And therefore, doctors, no, I don't know. I don't think I have a doctor anymore. In fact, I don't, because my primary care physician that I had for about 10 years, he no longer practiced medicine. He's out. So no, I didn't get to keep my doctor. But now, we fast forward a few years after this law was, jammed down our throats in the dark of night, and we still have 31 million plus people underinsured and uninsured by high healthcare costs. Remember, this was supposed to be, healthcare was supposed to be, the insurance cost was supposed to drop, remember? The cost of it was supposed to be a lot more affordable. In the end, it's become less affordable for a multitude of families and individuals, but they got to have it, or else they're going to get fined, and those fines at some point are going to turn into heavier fines, and those heavier fines are going to eventually turn into jail time. You better believe me, folks. roughly 1/4 of people with health insurance are paying deductibles and out-of-pocket expenses that are so high they are considered underinsured, a new study has found. Now, the 2014 National Health Insurance Survey by the Commonwealth Fund estimates that 31 million plus insured people are not sufficiently protected against high healthcare costs. A figure that has doubled since 2003. Oh, I guess that's the kind of change that they're talking about here, folks. Yeah, this is the kind of change that Obama was talking about. Having your costs double for something that if they would have left it alone, it wouldn't have been doubled. No, but they had to go ahead and tinker with it and demand it and order it and make it a law and say, you got to have this, this, and this, whether you need it or want it or not, whether you can afford it or not, because it's going to be good for you. Remember, this government's, they're just looking out for you. You know, that's the whole reason behind forcing you to wear seatbelts. It's the reason, they don't want you to eat sugary food, snacks, and drink sugary soft drinks. The reason why they don't want you to smoke. The reason why the reason why they don't want you to be rich. Why they want to tax if you want to be rich. Because, the government knows what's best for you. And they know it's not best for you to be wealthy. It's not best for you to decide what type of health care health insurance that you want. Or even if you want it. Oh, no. You got it. You're responsible for it. Oh, forget the fact that, I can pay my own bills, but no. You got to have it. Because, hey, after all, even if you can't afford to go to the hospital on your own, not everybody can do it. And that's being selfish on your part, not being willing to pay for somebody else who can't afford to pay for their health care. Oh, yeah. You got to be fair. We got to be equal here. Just because you can afford it doesn't mean that your neighbor can afford it. And if your neighbor can't afford it, it's unfair that you're not contributing to pay for your neighbor. Well, I thought my neighbor had a job. Well, your neighbor does have a job. Well, then my neighbor can pay for his own health care. No. Because you have a Cadillac plan. Well, no, I don't. It's called a major medical, and I pay for it out of my own pocket. Oh, that's not fair. Because your neighbor doesn't have it. Well, he could get it if he wanted to, but your neighbor doesn't have it. Well, he can get it if he wanted it, but your neighbor doesn't have it. So we got to be fair. And this is fair, I guess. Doubling your healthcare cost. That's fair. Because evidently, it's unfair for you to have low-cost health insurance. That's unfair. In order to be fair, you got to double it, Jack. Now, the report said that rising deductibles is the biggest problem for those considered underinsured, even with the advent of Obamacare. Well, it's not even with the advent. It's because of the advent of Obamacare that these deductibles have gone sky high. You hear it all the time. People saying, I had a $500 deductible, but then we couldn't keep our old insurance plan like the president promised. And now I find not only has my premium every month gone from $400 to $700 a month, but my deductible has gone from $500 to $2,000. And there are similar stories like that all over the country. Not only has their monthly premium gone up, but so has their deductible. So more money is coming out of their pocket every which way they look. But that's fair, according to Obama, Pelosi, Reid, and Bernie Sanders. Because it's unfair for you to not have the same type of policy or plan that your neighbor has. Yeah, even though your neighbor could have gone out and gotten something better if he wanted it, or could have gotten something less expensive if he wanted it, but he didn't have it, and that's not fair. Look, folks, this whole notion of fairness, it's going to kill us. It really, literally now with Obama, fairness is going to kill you in the hospital. I'm telling you folks, don't doubt me. Don't doubt me.